Bonjour! Episode 11 of the Emma Watson-a-thon, and today I will be watching The Perks of Being a Wallflower. And somehow I completely forgot to record my pre-thoughts. So I'm just going to explain how I went into this movie now. This movie is the Emma Watson movie with the highest score on IMDb if you don't count the Harry Potter films. So for that reason I figured that it was going to be pretty good. I am a wallflower, I've literally been called that before. So I was looking forward to seeing the perks that apparently come with it. This movie was one of those movies that I remember coming out and some people went to see it, but it really wasn't my thing. I was 13 at the time, so I wasn't really into partying and high school stuff. But some of the people I knew went to see it, and they thought it was good, I think. Actually, I'm not sure. I assume so. And I'm happy I never saw it back in 2012, because I would not have appreciated it. This would not have been a movie for me. Luckily though, I'm older now, and I've changed, and my taste in music has changed, and I really liked it. Perks of Being a Wallflower is about Charlie, an introvert who just started high school. And in the beginning he's really a loner. As I said, he's an introvert, and he struggles with getting to know people, finding friends. But then he meets a couple of people who he really clicks with. One of those people is Sam, played by Emma Watson, who he quickly falls in love with. And the rest of the movie is kind of him trying to, cope with being in love with her and fitting into this new group of friends. As I said before, I really like this movie. I think it captured being a teenager really, really well. I was not the kind of person who went to parties like this. We also didn't have one of those really American homecomings or proms, so I never did that kind of stuff. But even though I didn't do those things, I think the movie still was very, very relatable. Logan Lerman has a great performance, and he really conveyed exactly how it feels like to be an introverted teenager. I was just a really big fan of both his character and his performance. Then there's Emma Watson as Sam, and she just captures that the girl you had a crush on in high school perfectly. It's really more this adolescent infatuation rather than real love, and it's just, that's so recognizable and so well done. Logan Lerman and Emma Watson both combined, that just, I'm struggling finding the right words, but it just really clicked with me. I recognized it perfectly. Also the feeling of wanting to make friends but being too afraid to talk to anyone. I mean, I've just had an entire year at university doing that exact thing. Everything was relatable and hit quite close to home. Spoilers from here on out until the tag disappears. During the movie we get flashbacks to Charlie's aunt and his life as a boy, and at the beginning I thought, basic little memories to help us understand Charlie and what he has gone through. It was obvious from the moment that his aunt is gone, but you don't really know why. Then at the end it is revealed that his aunt abused him and that he feels guilty for her death, and that was a true plot twist to me. I was not seeing that coming. I didn't even know there was a puzzle until all the puzzle pieces fell into place and it clicked, and I was mind blown. Not only was it really unexpected to me, but it was also so well executed, and it all just makes perfect sense. It's not like, oh that's a plot twist. Alright, I guess I can deal with it. No, it's one of those plot twists that you think like, oh, alright, of course! Then he calls his sister, and the sister just gets the best sister reward, right? She immediately knows exactly what to do. She sends the police to her house, and I wouldn't have done that. If my brother called me, I would have panicked, but maybe his sister knows a possible history of suicidal thoughts or something, I don't know. Emma Watson then, she plays the role of high school crush and she totally nails it. I mean, she's perfect for this role, even though it is a role that is quite different than all the roles she's done before. Like, she's played Hermione for 8 movies, and then Princess P is also kind of this English, timid character, and her character in My Week with Marilyn is also a little bit like that. But this character is just the total opposite. She's American, she's extrovert, she's not afraid of anything. It's a really great character, and I think it suits Emma Watson really well. The only thing that bugged me a little bit was her American accent. It's not that it sounded English at some times, or maybe it did, but it just felt a bit weird to me. I don't know if it's because it sounds weird or because I'm just so used to Emma Watson speaking English that hearing her voice make American sounds was just a bit jarring. But I don't think it's that, because I don't have a problem with Tom Holland speaking in an American accent. So yeah, I'm afraid it's just Emma Watson that doesn't really master the American accent. And unfortunately, I have seen her most recent film, Little Women, where she does an American accent, and it's not perfect in that one either, so I'm afraid she never really got it. But who knows, maybe I'm wrong about that, we'll see. There's still a whole bunch of movies to go, and I think she speaks American English in most of them, so we'll just go ahead and see and hope that I'm wrong. All in all, I'm going to give The Perks of Being a Wallflower a 9 out of 10 because it was so unexpectedly good to me, and I found it so relatable and just well executed. I loved every character, and Paul Rudd was in this film. That was a nice surprise. I didn't know that. He wasn't that funny, but it's Paul Rudd, so I'm not going to complain. The Perks of Being a Wallflower, really good film. If you haven't seen it, I would suggest you do. It's possibly the best Emma Watson film outside of the Harry Potters, but it's only my second one outside of that. No, the third one outside of Harry Potters. So yeah, we'll see if that changes anytime soon. So a 9 out of 10 for The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Next time I will be watching The Bling Ring, which I think will get a little less than a 9. So do join me for that, and I will see you then. Goodbye.